the media instead of working out with him.
I'm over here watching the premiere for my Tiffany Hayek versus WGN, I think it was. So, ain't nobody commenting, so I figured I could do another video real quick. I seen all this, and I love me some Judge Simpson, I swear. But I was waiting for the story. I seen a little quick update where the man was like, it was a clerical error. His license was never suspended and stuff. But I was like, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be patient and be nosy. And then this finally came out. So we're going to read this and we're going to assume that this is the truth. Because Judge Simpson don't lie. Judge Simpson can do no wrong. He is my favoritist. He is my favoritist. So we are here on WXYZ Detroit. Or is that ABC 7? I don't know. It's one of those. He has never had a Michigan license. Judge slams Corey Harris. A suspended driver is locked up again. We appreciate you, Kimberly Craig. This was published or posted at 6:19 p.m. on June 5th, 2024. I'm only a day late. It's the 6th, I think. Maybe. I don't know. It might be the 5th. I might be on time. Ann Arbor, Michigan. WXYZ. A judge in Ann Arbor came ready with the receipts Wednesday when Corey Harris returned to his courtroom for the next chapter of the now infamous case of driving while license suspended. And by the time the hearing was over, Harris was back in the Washtenaw County Jail. I've never seen the word written, but I've heard him say it a lot. So I'm thinking I'm close. Washtenaw. He has never had a Michigan license ever. I had to say it like that because I know Judge Simpson said it with some passion. I know he said it with his chest. Said Judge Cedrick Simpson, looking to set the record straight in Harris's case. Harris had tried to blame the fact that his driving record was still listed as suspended on the Saginaw Friend of the Court, saying they were to blame for the suspension not being lifted in a child support case after a judge ordered that the suspension be lifted in January 2022. But on Tuesday, court officials said Harris never paid his fees to the clerk's office, so a clearance was never sent to the Secretary of State. On Wednesday, during Harris's pretrial hearing on the suspension case, Judge Simpson said Harris is the only one at fault. He's so rude and disrespectful, I promise you. That man is hurting. He in jail and he didn't even think he was going to see you today, let alone some metal bars. The person that needed to be blamed is the person that he was staring at in the mirror. You ain't see the person that photos in? Why was your lip hanging so low, sir? I'm going to need you to be more conscious of that in the future. I just got to say that. I apologize if that is offensive to anybody. But you do realize that that's why you got to be viral. Because you is not the only person. I have seen this so many times. I think this should be hilarious. I just was shocked. I was honestly shocked when I saw it went viral. And I was like, TMZ, CNN, wait a minute. I've seen this. And Judge Simpson does this. He be confused as fuck. Oh my goodness. He didn't do what he should have done. Judge Simpson then revealed that Harris had... Wait a minute. I know he remembered taking a driver's test. He wouldn't have said that if he never went and took a driver's test and got a picture. Okay. Judge Simpson then revealed that Harris has never had a valid driver's license in Michigan or any other state. On Tuesday, during an interview with Harris and his new attorney, the 7 News Detroit asked Harris if he ever had a valid driver's license. He's... Oh my God, he's so dumb. Did your lawyer tell you to say that? Oh shit, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm still watching my chat on the other phone. Oh, God, I'm dying. Oh, man. Okay. They asked this man if he ever had a driver's license. Sir, do you know how viral you went? Do you know what it means when you go viral? I need you to have your shit together. This man said, he said he didn't recall. He didn't say I plead the fifth. He didn't say yes or no. I'd have answered. I'd have did what my lawyer said. I wouldn't have said nothing. How about that? I wouldn't have said nothing. I'd have kept my happy ass walking. I would not have done an interview. I'm trying to get the fuck out of jail. Can you send me bail money? That's the question. I ain't got no answers. Just got questions. Okay. A spokesperson for the Secretary of State said they can confirm that Harris has never had a valid driver's license, now that the judge has made that information public. Girl, I hope you have a good week at work, and I do hope and pray that you get to have the best weekend ever. In Michigan, a person can have suspensions on their driving record and also not have a valid driver's license. And if that person was able to obtain a driver's license, they would still not have the privilege of driving until they cleared their suspensions. A prosecutor from Pittsfield Township appeared for the hearing Wednesday, along with the police officer who issued the citation to Harris in October 2022. Conrad Siller confirmed that Harris absolutely knew he did not have a valid driver's license during that traffic stop because he admitted it. I'm sorry, I'm just checking to make sure. It's only 8 people watching right now, so I can just glance just to make sure it wasn't no comments. I just don't be wanting to be rude. I'm going to be nice for like the first hour or two, and I'm going to just make sure I respond to the comments. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to gather myself. I apologize. Conrad Siller confirmed that Harris absolutely knew he did not have a valid driver's license during that traffic stop because he admitted it to the officer that day. Play the tape. Oh, did they release? Oh my goodness, please release the body cam. Please release the body cam. Please release the body cam. So you guys say it 3 times. And then cross your fingers real hard and hope and pray. And hope and pray. Okay, make sure y'all do that too. Judge Simpson noted additional evidence that Harris knew he did not have a driver's license by the fact that Harris has faithfully renewed his it just gives me all the giggles. Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. See, that's why I like him, because he answered all the questions, even the ones you ain't know you had. How you know he say he ain't got no license? Oh, okay, it's because Judge Simpson noted additional evidence that Harris knew he did not have a driver's license by the fact that Harris has faithfully renewed his state identification every year. Harris was stunned when at the end of the hearing Wednesday, when Judge Simpson revealed that Harris has a bench warrant for his arrest. It was for a 2015 case of driving while license suspended out of Allen Park. Sir, excuse me. You shouldn't drive. You should give it up. You keep getting caught up in the same situation, and this last one was easily avoidable. Why your lip was hanging so low, God? I apologize again, but if you wouldn't have had that lip hanging low, I promise you, I would not want to know so bad. Harris's new defense attorney, Dion Webster Cox, said she was shocked. Harris's wife, who was also in court, said she and her husband Corey recently paid the fees in the Allen Park case, and she seemed perplexed that he was being arrested again. Harris has said the video of his May 15 virtual court appearance going viral has led to him being ridiculed and harassed. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. I will say that. Y'all should be ashamed. It's no use in harassing that man. We're going to crack some jokes. I promise you. See, you got to realize, if you was walking down the street or driving down the street and and I apologize, this is not meant to be rude or disrespectful, but your lip was hanging that low. Just say you pass 100 people. One out of those 100 people would say something maybe to the next person, say something to themselves. They would just have a thought maybe, why the fuck is his lip hanging so low? I apologize. Okay? But listen, when you show it to the masses, right? And then you add in the component of doing something so numbskullish. Is that a word? I don't think it is, but I'm going to stick with it. To make it look like you are a numbskull, allegedly, in my opinion. It adds on to the factor of us just wanting to say the D word and make it worse. And I apologize. I do apologize. I was going to say you can't help it. I think you might be able to, but maybe you can't. Maybe you can't. And it's not something you should. We should not be judgmental like that. I'm just saying to be honest. Those factors added together, we just want to say what everybody was thinking, and we apologize. Well, I apologize because I prepared for my soul, and I don't mean it. But if I did it and it was a video of me, I would be upset. I would be highly upset. I would be trying to figure out how I could get the payback. But the thing is I'm very self-aware, and I can admit things, and I would understand. I'd be like, bitch, you look dumb as shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? You need to get your whole life together. Do they do surgeries to tack your bottom lip a little closer to your gums? That's the only things I would be asking myself. But I apologize for you because you didn't deserve that. You was just going to court the best you could, and you had a doctor's appointment in the meantime. Judge Simpson said Harris needed to own his problem and the hoopla as well, because it only happened because he was driving when he wasn't supposed to be behind the wheel. You know what? I apologize because that is it. That is it. And all that I just said, I need to delete it. I don't know. That man was allegedly, in my opinion. Can I leave it? I was just trying to explain. I think it's an explanation that's worth giving. So, I don't know. I'll be all right. If somebody flags this video, I won't even try to get it unflagged. I'll just delete it. I'll leave it like that. Sir, if you don't like my video, hey, if you don't like my video, you flag it, and I'll take it right on down. And I'm apologize. I'll make it even an apology video. There was no error by anybody. It was a failure on the part of Mr. Harris to do certain things, said Judge Simpson, who also acknowledged that it can sometimes be a complicated process, but it was certainly not anybody's fault. At first, the internet trolled Harris for driving during the hearing, and then came a wave of sympathy when online court records in his old child support case showed that a judge ordered the suspension be rescinded in January 2022. At that time, no one from Saginaw County, friend of the court, would respond to media inquiries into the case. All the Secretary of State's offices knew was that they never received a clearance from the court in 2022 because he didn't do what he was supposed to actually get it rescinded, and he didn't have a license anyway. He didn't have one anyway, allegedly, according to Judge Simpson. On Tuesday, a judicial assistant for Saginaw County Circuit Court's chief judge said the friend of the court never sent a clearance to the Secretary of State because Harris never paid a fee to have it lifted to their clerk's office. I swear, I'm gonna just read. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna just read. But even if Harris had paid those fees, it would not have given him the green light to drive because he's never had a license. Will Harris, 44, now try to I was wondering, I thought his first name was Will in that sentence. I was like, that's not his name. Y'all got that messed up. Will Harris, 44, now try to get a driver's license? His attorney said yes. I'm scared. Can you drive? That's another question we should have. It should be something, a lesson for all of us, said Dion Webster Cox, Harris's new defense attorney. Handle your business. At the end of the day, handle your business. Okay, I'm going to need y'all to get that one together. That one didn't make no sense. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to scroll just to see what that was. Their hair looked like it was all over their head. Look. That was a quick one. That was a quick one because within a day, that man went right viral. Within 2 days, I felt bad. I was like, well, goddamn. He wasn't even supposed to have no suspended license, and look how viral he went. I really felt bad for him for 2 seconds. But that's why I be minding my business. I be waiting for it to happen. Because then I seen this. And I was like, oh. I ain't think Judge Simpson. Judge Simpson is a really, really, really good attorney. Judge. He does his best to do his due diligence. He will make you whole when he upset, because I didn't see that man upset. He will put the court in recess because he'd be like, I'm not going to take it out on your client, but right now I'm about to whip your ass if I could. But just give me a minute. Yeah, Judge Simpson, he does his best to try to take care. He's not overly crazy with anything. Yeah, I compare him to a lot of judges, and for right now, he at the top of my list. I can't remember the other judge name that's at the second, but he got a ponytail. It's a real long little ponytail. I'll be wanting him to shake it a little bit. Yeah, but that was a quick one, just to catch up on what had happened to this man. What was his name? Something Harris. What was his name? Something Harris. What was his name? Corey Harris. Sir, I'm going to need you to make sure you get your driver's license, and every other month you go down to the police station and you ask them just to be sure, can y'all check and see if my driver's license is still good? It's because I'm going to need to make sure that you're not on the road and accidentally get pulled over again. Because if we see you again, sir, all bets is off. All bets is off. You think it was bad this time. It's going to be so much worse if you get caught again. Please, Lord Jesus, cross your fingers, sir, and don't ever drive again unless you sure you got a license, because next time it's going to be so much worse. All right, y'all. Bye.
So let's get this party started, shall we?
For the full video, you got to go over to Law Talk with Mike P.
Well, the case of the people versus Corey Harris.
It's Pittsfield Township.
Is it loud?
Good afternoon. May it please this honorable court, Dion Webster Cox appearing on behalf of Mr. Harris. How are you, Your Honor?
We will see.
We're good. We're good.
Mr. Brown, or somebody from the PD's office, because I did not get a substitution. I got an appearance.
Oh, I've got a substitution right here.
It's signed off on?
It is.
All right. Then I don't need to address. I don't need to address the public defender's motion to withdraw. I'll consider that withdrawn given the substitution. I do have an appearance, and I will sign off on the substitution.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. What are we doing today?
So, Your Honor, we were going to, there's several options that my client...
Well, and I want you to know, counsel, that because of certain things, the court has a number of things I have to say.
Okay.
Because I think the record, given particularly some of Mr. Harris's comments with reference to this court potentially acting, what at least as I'm to understand is on what some may be, or is it, let's put it this way, people.
Oh, good Lord. Did he double down?
Are saying, and quite frankly, your client has made the assertion that the Pittsfield Township, as well as this court, was acting on some type of defective or faulty information, which I will tell you, counsel, caused the court, given what the court did to investigate what my ruling was. And I will tell you that that assertion is absolutely correct with reference to any faulty information that either came through to the Pittsfield Township Department of Public Safety or to this court ultimately at the May 15th hearing. And I think it needs to be stated, I've been asked for comments. I have refrained from comments as is my normal practice is. This court with the pending case will speak on the record. And so I am going to make sure that the record is very, very clear as to what this court knows and what this court acted on May 15th. And we can start with this. And my basis for doing it is because of what was said about what this whole process was. And that an indication, counsel, and I know, counsel, you've been before me before.
Absolutely.
I know it is not coming from you, but you also know how I am.
I do.
And the thing is that if for whatever reason, the one time in my life I was wrong, I will say it, and did. But when I'm not wrong, and when people are not to blame, then it also needs to be said. So I will try to get through this as quick as I possibly can. But I will tell you, first of all, with any reference to your client having had a license on that day, and some indication or misunderstanding as to whether or not he had a license, let me make it very clear, based upon what the court looked at, he has never had a Michigan license, ever, and has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths that form up this great union. He has never had a license. In point of fact, when
This is a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be.
they suspended his license, and what people don't understand, when they suspended his license in Saginaw, they don't suspend the license. They
I'm sorry, I do have to jump in here and just introduce. This is Jersey Mike. Okay, it's not really. This is Law Talk with Mike. He got just enough sarcasm, sound effects, and funny memes that he will keep you entertained. So if you're looking for like the bootleg version of actual Law Talk, you go to Mike, because Mike is an actual lawyer, but I tell you, he bootleg. He is bootleg, and he will tell you he bootleg.
suspend the privilege to drive in this state. Hence, for example, if he had had a Kentucky license, he would be able to drive everywhere that Kentucky would allow him to drive. He just couldn't drive in Michigan because his privileges had been restricted. I know you know that, but that wasn't at all said. But it doesn't matter because he didn't have a license. I will, when it is necessary, come to the defense of my sister courts, and I will come to the defense of Saginaw. They got a great chief judge. The chief judge answered the question. But I will tell you, that court and its friend of the court did nothing wrong. His license was, his driving privileges, better stated, were unsuspended in 2022. That required Mr. Harris to do something. He didn't do it. Therefore, the friend of the court was under no obligation to send anything to the Secretary of State. Now, I hated that I had to look at all of this, but when there's a question as to what I did, I'm going to look at everything to make sure that what I did was all in order. There's then an indication from that because that wasn't sent, there was a direct attack on Michigan's Department of Secretary of State's office, saying that the Secretary of State was somehow at fault. Let me tell you something. Secretary of State did what they were supposed to do. And in point of fact, they did nothing because they hadn't gotten anything from the court because Mr. Harris had not paid the reinstatement. This week, or the latter part of last week, once he paid that, Saginaw friend of the court did what they should do, and they sent it. immediately, based upon the information that I have, the Secretary of State did what they do every day. They took that suspension off of his driving record, and he was then unsuspended. And then your client did what he needed to do with reference to the Secretary of State and paid a reading. Okay? Just a second, Mr. Schiller. I'm going to let everybody respond because
Thank you.
He say he cooking right now. He don't need no extra ingredients. Judge Simpson, I promise you, is like the smartest. Not really, and I don't say that because it's just because I don't watch many judges. He is the smartest judge I watch as far as when he giving his thoughts, he is able to stay right on track and give you each and every needed detail in very clear and concise descriptions. You be right there with him. You be right there. You be like, he did what, Judge? You say the motherfucker did what? I love me some Judge Simpson, and like I say, he had me crying at one person. He had me wanting to figure out how the fuck I could pay off somebody's damn bill, and I can't even pay my own bill if I get locked up. I did find out though, watching these judges, did y'all know that it is actually people who will pay people's court costs just because they've watched them on there and they felt bad for them? The judge with the ponytail, I cannot remember his name. He actually said it aloud. Y'all got good money. Do y'all be watching regular YouTube channels?
I am not done yet.
Okay.
All right?
You're covering a lot of the points for me. Thank you, Your Honor.
And so that came down to that. So the information at the time that I had, that Pittsfield Department of Public Safety had, was all correct at the time of both Pittsfield stop as well as the May 15th date. It was all correct. There was no error by anybody. It was a failure on the part of Mr. Harris to do certain things. Now, I grant you that sometimes that can be a complicated process, but it was certainly not anybody's fault that that didn't happen, other than that wasn't paid. Now, here's the other thing, and I'm like maybe in church where I say I'm about finished now. But the other part of this is this stop was in October. Most of the cases that we've heard just in this last afternoon are driving while license suspended cases. That's part of my Wednesday afternoon. We go through great pains to try to get people their licenses back, which is really how it should happen. Between October and because I don't live under a rock, I actually watch things. You look very nice on TV.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There was something that was said that was very disturbing to me. And I'm just going to let you know because I believe in being fair with everybody. The question was asked along the lines, between October of 2023 and the point in time of the May 15th hearing, was there an attempt by Mr. Harris to correct his license? Here's the part that was disturbing for me, so that you know.
Okay.
Mr. Harris indicated that at some point he had been involved in some accident. Then being involved into the accident, that he was basically bedridden or at least housebound, he could not get to the Secretary of State.
See, that's a good reason, right? That's a plausible excuse. We would let you off with that. It's just problems. Why you gotta keep giving us problems?
That was set up there, and I'm going to presume, because my knowledge of counsel, defense counsel is, I know you don't misrepresent anything.
Right.
You never do.
Right.
That's not true.
Okay.
was not true.
He purposely stated that he could not get to the Secretary of State, which, for the way we handle things in this court, would have placed him in a whole different category. We would have tried to find a way. Let's figure it out. And the reason I know that is because Mr. Harris, on December 28th of 2023, do you know where you were?
December 28th, 23.
23rd.
2023.
I know I was laid up from our
You were
accident.
at the Secretary of State's office. And you were at the Secretary of State's office because you redid and got your new Michigan ID. I have the date.
Yeah, this is what happens when you poke the bear. It's not good.
I just want to add in there, like, first thing about it is, in my mind, I'm thinking, you can do all of that shit online. Like, it does not mean he was necessarily there. Think about it, if you laid up from the accident, perfect time to do things online, renew driver's license, make doctor's appointments and shit like that. But he don't come back and say, I did it online. God damn. God damn.
That's the date you did it. December 28th, 2023. You did. And so that you also know, and in all fairness to counsel, because I don't know if counsel knows this or not, the way I know that he's never had a license is because May 3rd, 1990, he was 19 at the time. May 3rd, 1999, he applied for his first Michigan ID. Counsel knows, so I do. You cannot have both. You either have an ID or you have a license. One of the two. He has religiously every year gotten a new ID. And so he knows that he doesn't have a license. And quite frankly, I just wish he would have said that at the beginning. And all of this hoopla could have been just put all aside. And we all go through the process as we do with all of the people coming here to try to get him his license back. But his falsehoods, misstatements are not going to fare him well in this court. I'm done for now. I'm sure I will have something else to say. Whichever one of you would like to speak first, you may.
I'll wait to go last.
Yes, I spent yesterday at the Pittsfield Township Police Department with Officer Monaster, performing the traffic stop in this case. I also noticed the December 8, 2023 date, and I know the significance of that, and the court just went through that painstakingly, and I thank you for that. In addition, at the traffic stop, when I was at the police department yesterday, we watched the body cam video. At least twice during this traffic stop, he acknowledged to the officer that he did not have a valid license. Quote unquote, quote, actually, I don't have a valid license. Close quote. The question was, are you a valid driver? Quote, I am not. Close quote. So, you know what? This is all this hoopla and the circus atmosphere, in my opinion, is an affront to the justice system. I mean, I've been a prosecutor for more than 30 years, and to see this kind of hoopla around a driving while licensed suspended case is ridiculous. And it wasn't caused by this court. It wasn't caused by the Pittsfield Township Police Department. It was caused by the extra judicial statements made outside of this courtroom.
Did he just drop a hoo-ha? I actually really like him, and I really like the tone he's taking. But it's still funny. I think he's doing a fantastic job, and he's saying what needs to be said here.
Okay, so
Go ahead, counsel.
thank you, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Well, first thing I'd like to say is, very first thing is we're here, and that we all saw this video. I wasn't in court. I wasn't even on YouTube watching the court today, right? I saw it because someone saw it and decided to post it. I can assure you that was not Mr. I don't think he has the capacity to be able to post it like that on YouTube or Instagram. So that was not him. And it happened to take off
I mean, it's really not that hard. Even I can do it.
and go viral. So he had what we saw was him saying what? He was driving, which he should not have been driving, right? We're told not to drive on Zoom while doing that. So that's how this came to the attention, because the court, I saw you. He said, I can't believe this. Is he driving? And we all said that. Everyone who saw that video asked the same question. And that just became a joke. It became a complete joke. Now, with respect to what we want to do, and I cannot say anything is with respect to what my client has said, but when we talk about the hoopla, my client didn't start the hoopla. Perhaps he's made some comments, but he didn't start the hoopla whatsoever. That was someone that was outside.
Wait, I just want to define terms here. Are we going with hoo-ha or hoopla? I gotta know.
Outside of his control as to how it went viral. He had no control over that. And that I'm going to say.
Now he know hoo-ha is not the word hoopla. No, but now hoo-ha, that means something completely different. And he know that.
And on that. He did not send it out to Instagram. He didn't send it out to wherever. He didn't do that part. So with respect to, did he have I don't want to try this case today at all, but what I want to do is focus on what's good. Now, what was good? That day in October, this officer here, that could have gone a whole other direction. And I'm so happy that you were so kind and courteous to my client. Thank you, officer. Thank you so much. Because it could have gone another direction. We are here right now. My client has an appointment to go to the Secretary of State for his permit. He's working on that. I want to focus on how do we correct this and cure this? How do we go forward with this situation? Whatever, he was not under oath under any of the things that he said. So we're not talking about any type of perjury going on. Very true, right? True. So with that being the case, let's move forward with this. He is here. This is what I'd like. Because
Counsel, let me just.
Yes.
I would like to move forward too
Yes.
on this case. We handle these cases all the time. But I will tell you, as you know, having appeared before me, the one thing I don't like is when people don't take responsibility for what they've done. When they take responsibility for it, we will use whatever we can to try to get you to another spot, because it doesn't behoove any of us for you to be in that spot. One other thing that I will say, when you say it wasn't started by him, oh, it certainly was. It certainly was when he made his first statement to WXYZ about blaming people for this happening. And he shouldn't have done it. Because when you look at the whole thing, the person that needed to be blamed, and we can go back to a lot of other points, but I'm not here to embarrass him, but the person that needed to be blamed is the person that he was staring at in the mirror. He didn't do what he should have done, and that's okay. The majority of people that come here on a licensing didn't do what they were supposed to do. That's like a given. They don't go about blaming anybody. They just say, Your Honor, I didn't pay the ticket. Your Honor, I just didn't do it. I just didn't have the time to do it. I just didn't take whatever.
Right.
Just own it. Once you own it, then it becomes a whole lot easier just to move forward. Okay, I'm sorry. I interrupted you and I said I wouldn't, but
I understand.
my court.
I know who you.
He spent 2 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, and the video spread across the internet like wildfire.
I don't even go on the internet anymore. I deleted my Facebook, my Instagram, Twitter. I deleted everything.
Harris said he had no idea he was driving on a suspended license back in October when he was first ticketed by Pittsfield Township Police. He thought the suspension that was tied to unpaid child support had been lifted 2 years ago. What was your reaction when he told you, so you have a suspended license?
I looked at him like, you got to be joking, because all of this was supposed to have been taken care of already.
Court records show a judge ordered that suspension lifted in January 2022, but a spokesperson for the Secretary of State said they never received a clearance from the friend of the court. No one from the friend of the court responded to my calls last week, but today a representative for Saginaw County's chief judge did respond and said the clearance was never sent to the Secretary of State because Harris did not pay the license clearance fee to their clerk's office.
Never told me a thing. That's all they said, was that they would be sending me some paperwork in the mail, and here it is, 2024, and I just received the paperwork that they were supposed to send me 2 years ago.
Friend of the court.
Right.
They never said you had to pay a fee or anything.
No.
Right now, he needs to go